Hello everyone, I'm Nilanjan, a CAT 100 percentiler and one of the topmost educators on an academy for the CAT segment. Over the last few months, a lot of you have been following all my videos on quants, on DILR, on GDPI and so on, and I've been receiving a lots of love from all of you. And today, we'll be taking our interaction one step forward with the introduction of Unacademy Plus live classes for quants. So you can check this out on unacademy.com/plus. You'll get a two-way learning process, which is even better and even more interactive form of learning. So here then, I welcome you to my Unacademy Plus Quants course batch 2. So here's the introduction. This is my Unacademy profile link where you get a complete repository of videos, which I'm sure all of you have been following. And this is where you can go and enroll for my Unacademy Plus live classes. This is batch 2. And considering the kind of overwhelming demand we saw for batch 1, we had to come up with batch 2. I know a lot of you have been waiting very patiently for the last 2.5 months as to when will batch 2 start, when will batch 2 start and so on. And finally, we are here. We are here, batch 2 live classes are starting on 9th of July, but enrollments have already started. However, this being a personalized mentoring course and form of live classes by me, Nilanjan, CAT 100 percentiler, this is a limited seats opportunity, which means all of you must enroll right away and not wait for the deadline to come. In case you're wondering what is Unacademy Plus all about, this is your chance to interact with the topmost educators on the platform, the verified educators, get expert feedback from them on a continuous basis. I'll be monitoring all of you. I'll be monitoring your journey from whatever percentile you might be at now. 70 percentile, 85 percentile, 90 percentile, even 99 percentile, it doesn't matter. What matters is the journey from where you are right now to where you want to be it a 99.9 or 100 percentile in quants and overall. This is your chance to get expert feedback. This is a personalized learning track. You'll be having access to discussion forums in the form of secret FB groups, which will be moderated by me to ensure that you get a complete holistic learning experience and lifetime access to getting to downloadable notes, session recordings, and other learning resources to make sure that your quants learning gets done even after your CAT exam is over. You still can keep learning. It's not just reflected in the session, but the video recordings are here to stay. So I know a lot of you have been wondering why my quants course on Unacademy Plus was such a hit. The simple reason is this is the chance to get mentored personally by a CAT 100 percentiler. And this course will be starting right from the basics and go up to challenger questions as well. It doesn't matter, you didn't have quants in 11, 12, you might not be in touch with quants for 7, 8 years now. It doesn't matter. We start right from the basics, but ensure we end up right there at the challenger questions to ensure that you're in a perfect place to tackle CAT questions and your mock questions. We'll be giving special emphasis on multiple concept-based questions so that you know how to, a lot of people know how to approach a time, speed, distance question or maybe a geometry question. But the difficulty lies when both the concepts are merged together in the form of a question. That is where multiple concept-based quants questions is what is the need of the hour. We'll be discussing a lot of that, including how you understand how to choose questions wisely, how to spot sitters amongst the paper, and of course, this is what a USP of all my Unacademy Plus courses have always been about. Option-based solving and smart guessing. Everybody's been just talking about this. But this course is your chance to make quants your position of strength. Quants a feared section? At least not for the batch 1 students. And at the end of this course, not for the batch 2 students either. This is your chance to look at a perfect strategy to look at a target 100 percentile in quants. What else is there for you? You've got the discussion forums where we'll be having real-time doubt clearing. You did not understand the concept? No worries. Want me to rewind back? Perfectly fine. We'll ensure that your queries are met. This is your personalized learning experience. This is your chance to excel in quants. Obviously, replay video recordings as and when you wish, but make sure attending the classes live ones as well. And of course, practice handouts and quizzes will regularly be done to ensure quants is something you fall in love with. This is something which, everybody's been talking about. You go to an academy, CAT preparation group, everybody just talks about this. Smart ways of solving quants, option-based approaches, how Nilanjan Datta revolutionized the way people attempt quants and DLR using the smart guessing approaches and so on. How CAT toppers, how IFT toppers, how OMET toppers last year, they found the winning strategy here using this. And that is what it's all about. But if everybody's talking about smart ways of solving option-based approaches, why not take a glimpse of what exactly it's about? So let's take one example question. This question at first glance seems like a series-based question because this involves the sum of a series. A lot of you are wondering, okay, fine. So the numerator is an AP series increasing by +3. The denominator is a GP series such that it's increasing by a common ratio of 7. But the problem starts thereafter. This is an AP-GP mixed series. Numerator in AP, denominator is in GP. So how do I find out the sum of the series? Well, the problem is, in this question, if you look, there is no mention of series at all. It means the question has nothing to do with series anyways. So why are you thinking in terms of AP-GP series? So what is the question telling you? All the question is telling you is add numbers. Add 1 by 1 plus 4 by 7 plus 7 by 49 plus 10 by 343. All the question is telling you to add few numbers to get the value of S. So what should we do? Simply add numbers. 1 by 1 is 1. 4 by 7 is 0.57. 7 by 49 is 0.14 and so on. After all, you have calculated these days to simply add numbers. What happens when I simply add numbers? I get the answer at approximately 1.745. Because as you can see, after certain values, all the terms become very negligibly small. Because the numerator is very small compared to the denominator. Which means the answer will be very close to 1.745. Which is the answer? Option C, 1.75. That is all the question wanted you to do. Simply add numbers. It's nowhere talking of series. That is where students end up wasting time thinking of series. Ultimately, Unacademy Plus course is all about understanding what is the minimum thing required, minimum effort required to answer a question, get it correct. Let's have a look at one more question. This question is talking about tan x cot x relation with C, sin x correlation with D. Ultimately, you need to find out the value of this expression using these options. What does this tell us? It tells us that whatever be the value of x, this expression will give us the same answer independent of x. Which means what we'll be doing is simply put x to be any value. Let's take 45 degrees. Note, had you put x as 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 15 degrees, 90 degrees, it would have been the same thing. We are just putting any sample value of x because this question implies that whatever be the value of x, the expression of c square plus 4 into d square minus 1 whole square, that should be constant. So we put tan x is 45 degree, tan 45 and cos 45 is 1, sin 45 cos 45 is 1 by root 2, which means c is 1 minus 1, which is 0, d is 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, which is root 2, which means c square plus 4 into d square minus 1 whole square is 0 plus 4 into 2 minus 1 whole square, which is 4 into 1 whole square, which is 4 into 1, which is 4, which means your answer is 4, which is option D. That is all it took in this question. Put any value of x, get the value of c, get the value of d, get the value of the expression. mark the option. But what aspirants tend to do is waste time doing things like multiple angles, sub-multiple angles. Most aspirants don't even remember what multiple sub-multiple angles, something maybe what you studied in class 9, 10. That is what quants is all about. Doing simple things, using your question options, putting in simple values and marking the right answers. And not just this question. Any question, algebra, geometry, most of them can be done by such approaches. I've been showing aspirants how the entire algebra, PNC, geometry, number theory, everything roots down to smart usage of question and options. And a lot of that reflection comes in my Quants Tips and Tricks course on Unacademy. No wonder more than 25,000 students have been viewing this, because that is what the importance of this course is. And now with live classes coming in, with a two-way learning process coming in, you can understand this is your chance to be able to apply that to all kinds of questions. Also, you can follow my Quants Question of the Day course. It will give you a glimpse of the same. Then, of course, every student's question is, what are the students' feedback on these courses? Well, everybody just talks about how these are amazing courses, how informative they are, how helpful they are. Excellent ways of explaining, excellent teaching, really advanced ways, because this is where what we teach is not available anywhere else. No textbook, no videos will teach you such kind of approaches. After all, this is the real difference that is required to get calls from top IIMs. This is the real difference you'll realize next year when you're packing your bags to go to a top B school. Yes, your decision on Unacademy Plus Batch 2 Quants was a decision well made. What else? Again, everybody's been talking about the amazing initiative, how excited they are. People who feared quants once are now finding quants interesting, exciting, fantastic course. After all, this course involves a totally new way of learning quants, something you've never done before. Still wondering why enroll for Unacademy Plus? Well, Unacademy Plus is all about a CAT 2016 topper, a CAT 100 percentiler who went on to inspire CAT 2017 toppers. But no, that is not enough. The baton must pass on. CAT 2018 toppers, that's what we are looking out for. And it could be you. Note, it all begins here. It all begins with this live classes. Believe in yourself, believe in this opportunity, and you could soon be a CAT 2018 topper. So it all begins here. Where? Well, here at unacademy.com/plus. Make sure you're enrolling right away for this course. I understand a batch on the 9th of July, but this being a limited seats course, make sure you're enrolling right away, because this is your chance to get personalized mentoring by somebody who's been there, done that, and who most importantly wants to see you being there, you doing that, and you coming back and thanking me this time next year that you changed my life, you changed my way you changed my path. I'm joining a top B school next year. I want to hear all that from each and every one of you. After all, that is when the true essence of these live classes will be realized. Remember this. This is your chance to get personalized mentoring by a CAT 100 percentiler. One last thing. This has been a common problem with all the previous batches. A lot of people have waited to the last minute and then they missed the deadline. I've always been repeating, this is a limited availability course. This is a personal mentoring course, which means you need to enroll as soon as possible, guys. So make sure you're enrolling right away. And on July 9th, we are starting on this journey of Quants live classes to ensure that next year this time, you're packing your bags and you're claiming yourself to be a top 10 or a top 15 or a top few B schools admit students. After all, that is when Unacademy Plus, the live classes, and all these initiatives will prove and bear fruit. After all, this is an entirely new and a different way of learning. So all the very best. Hope to see all of you joining these live classes. Until then, thank you everybody.